is KB2 UKA. We are live, Richard, on YouTube, X, TikTok, I think Twitch. Yeah, so I think we're live in 4 places.
In 4 places? Where's the fourth of the 3?
So I use, hold on one second. I use this software called Restream. So Restream lets you stream wherever the hell you want at the same time. So it's YouTube, TikTok, X, and Twitch. So 4 places we're live.
Well, you're just a busy little beaver with all that going live like that, then, ain't you?
Yeah, well, once you figure it out, you're just streaming to one thing, and then that thing rebroadcasts it out everywhere.
Yeah, I need to fire my live one off and let everybody see how the guy's splattering so bad and damn near covering you up.
Well, yeah, it's a little early. Yeah, go ahead, shoot off the live. Let's do dual streams. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Am I setting that off? No, I'm not. Okay, good. KB2 UKA.
Yeah, I got to put a name on mine.
You know what? I got to run upstairs and grab something. I'll be right back.
All right, I'll get it right here by the time you get back. Oh, that was quick. I'm typing up. Give me a minute. KG4 WQQ.
Are you filming?
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Audio here. W4DOM or N4QNT. You guys on?
Okay, I've got it live. And I believe I've got all my settings correctly, so it'll transmit, and then my audio will get in there good, and
Okay,
on the live feed of it, and I got my sound coming back into it, where it looks like it's recording at a nice level. Transmit, KG4 WQQ, showing how bad one gentleman can splatter up the band.
Well, yeah, I'm going to be KB2 UKA. I'm going to be interested to listen back to your live stream to see how he's chopping me up. But you're booming in pretty good up here, Richard. 5 over. I've got no noise up here, though, right now, and I'm not getting any buckshot. Over.
Yeah, you're running 10 over here, and everything seems to be playing pretty good at the moment.
So I heard Captain Darren was in here a little while ago, like a half hour ago. I heard Art doing some audio work, and I was putting some lights behind me for the camera. Darren, did you make it back in? You still listening in? Did you see what Art just posted in Rumble? He did that pure signal mod on the G2.
No, I did not see that. Let me look and see.
Yeah, check out the video. He said he's just putting the case back on and it'll come up here.
What modification did he do?
There was a modification that somebody posted a couple of weeks ago that if you remove, hold on. If you remove a jumper, you get better pure signal. He's the first one that I've known to actually do it. So let's see what happens. I don't know how detectable it's going to be, though, Richard, because everyone looks railroad tracks anyway. So I don't know how much cleaner you can make it.
I don't know. Well, maybe he'll join us here in a few minutes or so. He had the afternoon off, my understanding.
We're getting a snowstorm tomorrow night, about 3 inches, and then it looks like Tuesday into Wednesday, we might get hit with finally, it's been years, with like a foot or more. So we'll see what happens.
Oh boy, you're gonna get a good bit of it then, ain't you?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be quite interesting. All right, so let me just say this. So this is KB2 UKA. Hello everybody on TikTok. I rarely stream here. You can normally catch me on YouTube. I have a pretty large channel on YouTube, but I'm streaming on YouTube, TikTok, X, and Twitch right now. So if you're new to watching me, I just like to rag chew. I run an Anon G2, 80-meter doublet up about 80 feet, an RF2K amplifier, running legal limit. And this channel's all about ESSB and Voodoo audio. So if you stick around, you'll hear some good audio. Richard's got great audio. Everyone on this frequency pretty much has great audio. And what you're hearing from me now, this is the local audio, so you're not hearing it transmitted. But this is the profile that does get transmitted. KB2 UKA. Go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, the call here is Kilo Golf 4 Whiskey, Quebec, KG4WQQ, which I am running at a Apache Lab, a non-7000 DLE Mark III, with a little bit of assistance here with the Electric Voice RE27. Good evening to all listeners on KB2 UKA's web streaming, and nice to hear and see everybody. KG4WQQ.
All right, cool. Well, you're sounding great. I got a new mic stand here. It's just a simple desk stand, and it positions the mic good enough where it's not blocking my face for the video. I rarely turn the camera on also. Normally I just have Thetis running. But tonight we got a little bit of lighting, some ambiance in the shack, and it's a big night. We're live on TikTok. Dwayne, I saw just like the video on X, so W3DEP, why don't you jump in here? Did you guys finally warm up down there, Richard? Did you hit 70 this week?
Oh, yeah, brother, did we ever. We got up to 74 today. I think we got up to 76 yesterday. Seemed like the night's low is going to be about 57, so. And we had a little sprinkle of rain this morning. So we'll just see what Mother Nature holds in store for us through the night and then tomorrow.
See, and that's the benefit of being in the South. You get cold, okay? You guys were cold December and January, but you come out of it a lot quicker than we do.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. I mean, back in '93, we had a blizzard here a week before Easter Sunday.
Well, yeah, you're a little you're a little bit more north and more west, I guess. So I guess you pick it up off the Gulf, right?
Yeah, I'm about 6 hours from the Gulf down there, and so we're pretty far inland.
Are you just south of Tennessee, or you're not that north?
I'm south of Tennessee, southwest of Tennessee. It'd take me about 2 hours and 45, 3 hours and 10 minutes to get to Chattanooga.
Oh, all right. Yeah. So you're up there. So yeah, you could get hit.
Yeah, we've been known to get some of it and get some of that ice and sleet and rain too.
I bet you guys shut down when there's snow. We pretty much we've got to have 7-8 inches or more before they start really shutting things down.
They don't shut down here. They roll up the sidewalks and dare you to get out there on the road.
Yep. Well, we got something coming tomorrow night. Not too bad. Probably about 3-4 inches. And then we'll see what happens Tuesday. That could be the big one.
Well, you're up there in that part where you're getting it off of the water too now. So you get that snow effect off of that water you're close to.
Yes, we do. Except like the last 4 or 5 years, we've gotten nothing. We've gotten a dusting. This year so far, I think we got 3 inches, and that's the most we've had in years. But when I was a kid, pretty much every winter, we were good for at least one blizzard, 1 foot or more storm. But I guess the pattern changed.
We used to be pretty bad about getting a shower or snowstorm here or getting an ice storm. I remember one year here, I was remodeling my bathroom.
What's up, Andy?
Put a new window in, and well, it come up.
What's up, Mike?
A little bit of a rain, so I had to put my tarp from the eave of the house there out to the yard. Drove up stakes so it couldn't blow in that window, and I steadily working on it with a skill saw, and a crack of lightning come along, and It didn't take me real quick to drop a skill saw and hit the front porch and get myself inside. You copy?
Wow. Yeah, I copy. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. KG2MM's in the chat. Andy Cowley's in the chat. Hey, Mike, are you near the radio? Why don't you hop on? I think we'll copy you. My wife and daughter might be home. Let's see. There's one person in your dining room. Let's see who that is. And oh, it's the cat. It's the cat setting off the camera.
You can't cut your camera off or setting it on where to come on.
No, I have security camera in the dining room, which like faces the front door. So the cat just jumped up on the dining room table and he set the camera off. I've got cameras, front door, garage, backyard facing the pool, couple in the house. They're really great. KK2WW. Who is that? Who is that?
Well, we ain't got no cats here, just the neighbors' cats when they come around. And
Gary! Oh my God, Gary!
On top of the car and on the windshield, leaving cat paw prints everywhere.
What's up, man? Now we have two cats. We have one girl. She's 17, going on 18. She was one of 5 cats that we adopted 17, 18 years ago. Way before we had kids. My wife moved in with me. We weren't married. I had a dog. She moved in with a cat. And then every few weeks, every couple of months, I'd come home and there'd be a new cat, Richard. Finally, at the 5th one, I said, I think that's enough. They're all gone except for this girl. She's 17 or 18. She's relatively healthy. She has no teeth or one tooth. And I think she's getting a little senile, but she's still good. And then we have a kitten who's now 10 or 11 months old. I have 2 dogs, a boxer and a beagle mix. And last but not least, we have an African gray parrot who's also, oh gosh, I'm going to be married 15 years. That bird's probably turning 17, maybe 16. And they live to be anywhere from like late 30s into their 60s.
Well, I had 2 dogs here that we've had the longest. Both of them passed away, but we don't got no house pets anymore right now. But I had a full-blooded basset hound, and she stayed with us about 14 years, and then she passed away on us. And she had a little partner that was a Dachshund, a little teacup Dachshund, that them 2 dogs was bosom buddies. Whatever one got into, the other one got into. And if one got into something smelly, the other one had to join it and get smelly, and they'd get bath at the same time. And the wife, she said, I ain't giving them baths. You give them a bath. I'm like, nope, you're your dogs. So, yeah, they both passed away on us, and the wife said she wasn't going to get any more varmints, critters, animals, whatsoever until she retired.
Well, yeah, that's the rough part. You know, you have them all those years and they become like they become part of your family, and then they go, and it's sad and it's depressing, and you never forget them. But we've had a bunch, we've had dogs pass, cats pass. I think as long as I'm upright and able to take care of myself, I'll probably always have pets of some type.
Well, when we first moved into this house, a year after we lived here, well, there was a couple stray cats that showed up out here, and the kids was small then, and the wife took a liking to them more than the kids did, and the kids kind of liked the cats. There was a male and female cat, both of them black and white. We called one of them Puss in Boots because he had white paws, and the other one we just called her Missy. So, needless to say, them cats would like to get outside, especially the Tom. He'd go out catting around, and the female, she just wanted to stay in the house. She didn't even want to go out. But when the Tom would come back and they'd let him in, he'd want to go in there in the bathroom, and the wife had this nice fuzzy thing all over the toilet bowl water tank area, you know. And that cat would go back there and then lay on it, and the fleas would get off of that into that covering she had on there, and you'd go in there to do your business, and next thing you know, you feel something crawling on you and biting you, and you find out a flea, and then, well, that stuff didn't hang around in there too long after that.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, they're living outside. So ours live in the house. The cats never go out. The dogs obviously go out all the time. We treat them. They're treated. But, yeah, it's, you know, they're great. They go with the kids. The kids love them. You got to be careful with the dogs when the kids are little. No matter how good the dog is, I always was worried. They used to scream, like, you know, the kids don't know. They want to ride it like a horse. Oh, boy. Andy just said there's a new Kenwood. Did you know that, Richard? There's a new Kenwood radio?
No, I didn't hear nothing about that.
I just asked him if he knows the model, because, you know, a few years, they were supposed to go out of business and not make radios anymore.
Well, I heard something about that, but I'm not too sure about it.
Hey, Andy, what's the new Kenwood? And Mike, KG2MM's going to Hamcation tomorrow. He's going to head down there.
Who said they was getting a new Kenwood radio?
Well, no one said they're getting a new one. Allegedly, there is a new one. Oh, the TM730. Let's look at this bad boy. Hold on. Kenwood TM730. You know, I'm so involved in this hobby, but yet I don't know this. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Hey, Andy, they have any photos of it yet, or is it not even released? I hear a two-tone. Art said he was going to do a two-tone test, so I wonder if that's him.
That might be DJ. Well, there's Art.
Well, that looked good, Art, and I'm live streaming so you could see it.
KB3 WBX. Thank you.
Oh, well, that's Mr. Jeff. Good evening. We were waiting on Art to do a two-tone, so we thought that was him.
The last one was me. Just checking out. I know you guys are sounding great over here. What was the radio? Yeah.
Well, I got the live stream on, and Andy says, look at HRCC live stream. Okay. All right. Andy says there's a new Kenwood, the TM730, but I can't find it, but it's going to be down at Hamcation, and Mike, KG2MM, is going to go tomorrow, so hopefully he sends us a couple of pictures of it.
Right. And that would be nice.
Did you do something to your audio?
No, not that I know of, but give me a second. I got a phone call, Doug. I'll be right back.
Okay, Roger. No, it sounds good. It just sounded different.
Speaker off.
I'll be right back, guys.
What's a little VHF UHF transceiver?
All right, I just had a phone call. Sorry. And my wife and daughter are going to be home in a minute. So when they get home, I'm going to run upstairs for a few minutes, but I'll leave the live stream on KB2 UKA.
Oh, so she's bringing you home from supper, huh?
No, me and the boy. She took my daughter and her friend out, and they had a dance class, and I think they must have went to eat. And me and the boy went out to Staples. I had to get some things, and we stopped and got some pizza. So everyone is fed.
Yeah. Well, that's a good deal there. Well, we had hamburgers and french fries here tonight.
That's my favorite. I think I have burgers twice a week, whether I need it or not, Richard.
Yeah, well, Doug, me being diabetic, I try to shy away from that stuff. Red meat, anyway. I try to eat a lot of chicken and turkey and some pork. And I think next weekend the wife mentioned something about wanting me to smoke a Boston butt again, so I'll probably be busy there doing that.
Oh, that's great. I bet that's delicious. I should get a smoker. My buddy at work does it. He brings food in all the time, especially when in the warm weather. You know, if you eat, well, I don't want to tell you what to do. You could eat all the red meat you want, but the problem is you got to eliminate carbohydrate. You got to eliminate sugar and carbohydrate, and then you could eat all the red meat you want, and it'll not mess with your insulin. But you have to be in a full ketosis diet. 9M6IZZ, thank you very much.
Yeah, I eat a hamburger. I don't eat it on no bread, no bun or nothing. Put a little ketchup, a little mustard out there, and eat it that way. I just eat it right like it is.
That's how I do it, man. I load it up. I do put cheese. I load it up with pickles and maybe a little sriracha. I'll put 2 or 3 of those on a plate and no bread.
I don't eat 2 now. No way, Jose. I eat 1. I'd like to see you come down here and visit one weekend and let my wife cook you some fried hamburgers. I guarantee you won't eat but 1.
Oh, she makes them big?
Yeah, they big. They hang off the side of a hamburger bun.
Oh, that's the best. That's the best. Now, I do like, you might say I'm crazy, or maybe you'll agree with me. I don't know. I do like my burgers well done.
If it's got a little bit of red in there, I'm done. I stop eating right then and there.
All right, good. You're like me then. It's weird. Well, you know what? I always liked my burgers well done. But when I was younger, in my 20s, pretty much my 20s, I used to eat my steaks, like my good steaks, filet mignon, bone-in ribeye. I used to eat all that medium rare. And as I got older, I kept going. I went from medium rare to medium well. I want everything well done.
I like smash burgers and get them crispy on the outside.
Oh, yeah, nice and charred.
Good evening, guys.
Good evening, Art. All right, well, check it out here. I mean, it's taller. That's the only thing I can see. I know when I'm transmitting exactly where it ends up as far as the peak and what the pan adapter looks like. And it seems like it's going up higher. So as far as the minus, say, way up there, 16, normally I'd have to pull it down to fudge the base. You guys know the trick. You don't want to see the base, right? So you pull it down. Now I'm actually able to take the mouse and stretch it up, and it's still, I don't see the base. So if that means anything, I don't know.
Oh, so wait, so you're not seeing like the flare at the base?
Right. So my tendency, and I know this like the back of my hand, when you're transmitting and you look at your pan adapter transmit, to take your mouse and kind of like move it to fake, like you don't want to see the base. You want it to be hidden behind the waterfall block.
Right.
Now, I notice I could take the mouse as I'm talking and click, 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 and I still don't see it. So apparently it is about 10 dBs more.
Interesting. Well, you look just as clean as you always look. And that's the thing. By doing the mod, I guess if you were 50 over to me, I would probably see a little flare, but maybe now with this modification, I wouldn't.
Possibly. Okay. Yeah, I read through the whole PDF, and you're basically picking up 10. So minus 58, minus 60, well, it might be almost minus 70. All right. But, hey, I don't use a transverter. I never did. I never will. So it was simple. Those caps came right off. So it was just like doing the jumper on the Mercury 3S kit. That same exact cable, the same exact connector. So I was felt right at home. It was simple.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. My wife and daughter just pulled in the driveway. I've got the live stream on, and I'm going to leave it on. I'll be back down here in 10 minutes. You guys carry on. KB2 UKA.
Okay, enjoy the weekend. We'll catch you later, Doug. All right, come on back, Doug. KG4 WQQ.
KC2QMA.
Hey, good evening, John. Yeah, good evening, John.
Good evening. Yeah, I just came in on that conversation there at the very end. You did the mod. Yeah, I can't tell any difference here, but I'm sure, I wonder if it does a lot, and I wonder at what frequencies it makes the most difference, Like maybe the lower frequencies, it's maybe not much of a difference, but then if you were to go like 10 megahertz or even 6 megahertz, 6 megs, then maybe, or 6 meter, 10 meter and 6 meter, I don't know why I'm saying megahertz. But up there, yeah, maybe at those really high frequencies, maybe it would make a difference.
Yeah, possibly. What the heck? I just was sitting around here and I saw that PDF again on the Discord. I said, let's do it. They popped right off. No hesitation. Very simple. And, so real good. All right. Well, good to hear you, John. And, boy, Richard, you're booming in here. Signals are nice right now. And it's kind of enjoyable out here at the moment with all them static crashes. It was terrible last night. Yeah, well, Art, I've got you about 10 to 15 over, and sometimes you run up there to 20 over. And I got John at 5 over. But I'm live streaming, showing how a certain person splatters up the band and how he covers up my receiver that I can't hear nobody.
I just watched that video. That was brutal.
It's not. I'll tell you what, John. It looks brutal, but it's nothing. The glue holds them in. As soon as you wobble it loose just a little bit, they lift it right out. No problem.
All right. Yeah, I would have worked on that glue first, and then I probably would have used some needle nose pliers and pulled that connector straight up.
Yeah, well, the tip of the screwdriver fit perfectly underneath it, and just that little bit. I mean, it was already popped. I was just loosening it up to glue. So I know you guys were. I had to hold the camera, man.
Was I the only person that said anything about that?
No, it's okay. It's just hilarious. I'm over here one-handed doing this critical maneuver.
You know what would be cool is if they had like a helmet or some kind of thing that you could put on your head to hold the phone. So like you could like use your two hands, but also use your head to move like the phone around or something. You know, that'd be a cool little thing.
They got a little suction cup thing that you can put on the tabletop there and hold your phone and video it that way.
Yeah, it's hard holding the phone and then trying to like demonstrate something or you know something that you really need two hands for. But that would be that'd be interesting. Anyway, yeah, band's pretty good tonight, and a lot of stuff, man. Every day, it's like it's exciting. So much stuff happens every day on the news, you know.
Oh my goodness! Did you see her today, Maxine Waters, trying to bully that person, trying to get in? They are killing. They're shooting themselves in the foot. They're crazy.
It's funny. They looked like a bunch of insurrectionists.
There you go. Perfect.
The guy was trying to tell them, you can't come in. You have to make an appointment. That's how it works. And for sure as crap, they show up in a mob with the press. He ain't gonna let that in. They would end up harassing all the employees. So yeah. You want to protest? Stay outside. You want to come and have a one-on-one meeting with the individual people? Come on in, make an appointment, you can come in. Otherwise, you're not going in there like this. An angry mob screaming and yelling. What are you, crazy? And yet they're the ones that are saving democracy.
No, John, they're not saving democracy. They're trying to save bureaucracy. That's the new keywords.
They're trying to save their asses. KB2 UKA, I'm back.
Ain't that the truth?
That's what they're trying to save, okay? I just read literally when I was upstairs. I don't know when this happened. I just read Trump revoked Biden's security clearance and removed him from any intelligence briefings.
Thank the Lord above.
Which means now his paycheck is going away too. He has nothing to sell.
Wait until all the investigations into all this crap starts. As it is, the unintended effect of just looking into the books with Doge has exposed a ton of crime.
This is called a desk buddy.
Already. So wait until they go through all that, and then they go through the actual crimes, like the fact that they planted the FBI all over the January 6th crowd and in the building, and all the other stuff relating to that, the destruction of evidence and all that stuff that they did. There's that. There's the Russia hoax. There's the Hillary Clinton with the computer in her basement connected directly to the servers in the government. All that stuff, smashing phones. They can look into all that.
Well, what's left of it, unfortunately.
You know, the Hillary Clinton thing is the most incredible thing. Like, a lot of people don't know the details. They always hear the phones. She smashed the phones in the bleach pit. And that's all true. But what people don't realize is she hired an IT team. They rented a van. They drove all the way from D.C., loaded the van up with all kinds of computer equipment, drove to her place, installed it in her basement,
Yep, they
and
did.
then created a connection that allowed her to connect to the computer servers in the government and transfer classified documents directly to her computer in her basement.
Can I ask you a question, John?
Sure.
If I was Secretary of State, why would I need to have... Why would I want to... it's one thing, I'm sure she had remote access to view stuff secure. I'm sure they all do. Why would I want the ability to transfer documents to a home server? What would I need them for?
Well, a couple of things. If she has the ability to edit those documents, that's one thing, right? If she has the ability to edit and then re-upload them back to the government server with having different information, that's one possibility. The other reason is if she has the documents in her possession, then she can offer them up for sale. She can say, well, I got this information you could really use. I'll give it to you in exchange for such and such. So, you know what I'm saying? And having access to it and being able to look through it and so forth. I mean, you could say what you want about what the reasoning behind it is, but that is incredibly egregiously illegal to do that. To set up a direct connection to your basement to hook up to the government computers. Are you kidding me?
I was being extremely facetious. That's the only reason she would need them to have physical versions of them would be to sell them.
Yeah, well, where do you think Joe Biden got the idea? The Biden crime family syndicate. The brothers, the sisters, the son, the wife, they're all in on it. They're all getting the checks. They have them in their names. Wait until that investigation starts.
And the Holy Ghost.
Bad for them, great for the world.
So nice zero beats occurring. Who can it be now? Men at work.
Who can it be? The phantom of the zero beat.
I'm back, but it wasn't me.
Oh, you zero beated. You had to.
Yeah, somebody else is still
I
going.
did earlier when I first two-toned. And then I got a phone call. I come back in.
Good
Test
news,
1,
good
2, 3, VA3 KBC.
There's our zero beater.
Well, I guess
Good
it's
evening.
early.
Yep, just finished up on 160. I was doing some live streaming there as well. So, I thought I'd come down here and get all tuned up for tomorrow morning.
Man, we got all the streamers happening here. We got everybody.
We're everyone's streaming. Live has ended. Why'd my live end? On TikTok. Maybe I can unable to connect. That's weird. Maybe it can only go a certain amount of time on TikTok.
No, I think Flex called some people.
How funny was that email they sent out last night?
Yeah, that's just you know what, CYA. They know we're on to them.
So, Doug, I'm just saying that streaming is okay, but if everybody was streaking, that would get pretty ugly.
Yuck.
And if you streak while you stream, you're going to get arrested.
Especially at a ham fest.
The worst thing would be to be streaming while you're streaking.
Well, anyhow, I'm going to go get some popcorn. I'll talk to you guys in the morning. Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie.
Wow, that was a fast drive-by, DJ.
Yeah, 160 was nice and quiet tonight.
Well, I went out into the woods today and looked up at my doublet, and right at the apex, it's all tangled into the tree. So it's still working, but that's given me more of a reason to put a new one up.
Oh, just a little FYI. You guys have your issues. We have here, what's it called? The Global Affairs Canada, and how much money it's been given out. Millions and millions and even billions of dollars. So they actually went offline. We've got some issues with our website. They're doing some maintenance, but there's $50 billion of taxpayers' money went overseas. $1 billion to Taliban under the guise of gender equality, $19 billion to African dictators and warlords, $10 billion Asia, largely for climate change initiatives.
Same shit here.
Where the heck did that go to? I lost that now. $10 billion for funding refugee settlements. So it's just, yeah, you guys have it. We have it here as well. So, yeah, so it's crazy here too, guys.
Well, you know what that just proves, DJ? That is the template. That's the blueprint on how to launder money. What else could it be? We know that list you just read off is so crazy, right? I mean, how could it be? What are these programs? It's bull crap. It's a way to launder money. That's all it is.
Oh, 100%, 100%.
And that's why both of our countries are totally screwed up.
Richard, what are we going to do with this guy? This guy is splattering worse than the other guy used to.
Yep, and now I am hearing it. I wasn't hearing it earlier.
Which one is it? I'm live streaming it.
Well, I'll tell you when he starts talking. I mean,
All right, let's see. That's done. Let's see if I could hear Richard's live stream. Hold on. KG4WQQ. Oh, why is this not working? Hold on. Subscriptions. There we go. Wife and daughter just pulled in the driveway. I've got the live stream on, and I'm going to leave it on.
kind of enjoyable.
Hold the phone 1 minute. FB. I got
Everyone's streaming. Live has ended. Oh.
I'm all up for it. Anybody else wants to go? I won't say a word, though.
What are we doing?
90.
Sorry, I was muted. What are we doing?
I think I'm ready to confront the situation.
Oh, boy. Let's do it.
5.
He's on 95, John.
Okay, because there's someone on 90 that's also going up the band, too.
And what happens is when they're on 90, the guys on 95 are upset that they're splattering them, so they intentionally turn it up to splatter them back, but they're also getting us.
If we go down there, lower your band pass to 3K, because that's going to be the first thing they say. They're going to think that because we're 4K, that's why we're hearing them.
Yeah, well, I still back off. I come in about 3, just so so it helps, but it's still coming in.
I meant lower your transmit band pass. Because if we go down there to talk to them, they're going to be like, oh, well, you're 4K wide, instead of addressing the actual issue, which is their IMD.
I think the fellow on 90 is just as bad or maybe worse than the other one.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to address them.
Perfect. Hold on, I'll join you.
Alinco setting, right? I'm on my Alinco transceiver.
Okay, I'm going extra narrow.
I mean, we can. It's amazing. Everybody here at 4K, when I go there and listen, not one, nothing. It's silent. You don't hear anybody go into their passband.
All right, this is 2700. Here we go. I'm 27 low and 100 high.
Yeah.
And I bet it still sounds bassy.
It's got a little thump, but I still hear the highs coming in.
This is, I'm 2.4. 2.4, very narrow, very narrow.
John, when you do that, you're 30 over now. How does that happen?
Well, more energy in a smaller space.
You too. You just hit 30, Doug.
Wow.
Well, I always talk about that. That's why I say, if you want to be heard, you got to narrow up. If you want more talk power, all that low frequency kills off your. It's good for our local, our reg shoe, but if you're trying to cut through the noise, you definitely need a narrow signal. So you going down?
They seem to calm down all of a sudden.
Maybe they got scared. They're coming for us.
They're like, why'd they narrow up?
He's back.
Well, when the conditions are good too, it happens. It really exposes how great the band's playing, right? When you end up with more splatter.
Yeah, it shows I'm back to 4K. I can't do that too long.
Hey, Art, now I know what you would sound like on a ICOM.
That's how I would sound on an ICOM.
If you like that kind of sound.
That's what you would sound like. Goodness. He was even worse than you want fries with that.
We're trying to pull them out of the woodwork.
Hey, Jeff, so the reason I asked if you did something with your audio, it sounds like you adjusted the gate. It's when you hesitate for like a millisecond, it's cutting you off.
Oh, who me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, wait. Hold on. Is Jeff on frequency?
Yeah, I'm here, Doug.
No, Jeff, not you, Art. Sorry. Did you adjust your noise gate?
No, I didn't.
All right, maybe I'm hearing things. Let me just listen while we're talking. I thought it sounded like your gate was kicking in when you would take like a breath or pause for a second.
Just a little local news update. I just found out my county is officially going to work with the feds with ICE. So our county's basically telling our governor, go stick it up your ass. We're going to do what we want over here in our county.
Yeah, so is ours.
A lot are starting to do it.
So, John, you watched that whole video of them trying to get into the Department of Ed today?
I sure did.
It's really entertaining. It's so the Department of Education reports to the Secretary of Education. The Secretary of Education serves at the pleasure of the President, which means the Department of Education is in the executive branch. So Maxine Waters could scream all she wants that they're not letting them do their job. That's a separation of power, okay? If he wants to shut the Department of Ed, he can, and then let Congress fight it in the legislative body. But they know they can't because we have a majority right now.
What good is the Department of Education if we're ranked 40 out of 40 in education? I mean, it's shocking. I mean, high school kids are struggling to read, basic reading. I'm just like, it's unbelievable.
Right, and spent over $1 trillion since 1979 to get to 40th place.
Yeah, and we were second before it was created. It was created as a way of funneling money into the coffers of the teachers' union for their retirement plans, period.
AG4WQQ.
KB2UKA.
And 4QNT.
KB3WBX.
Yeah, I did hear it. It cuts it right out. I didn't hear the X.
Okay, so I'm not hearing things then.
Unless
I don't have no gate on
quickly.
On
That's
anything.
the only other thing it could be, Jeff.
Well, I think it started acting up when I switched these computers on my my radio somehow.
Oh, okay. So it might not be your noise gate. It might be a lag thing where you might have to put a little delay in.
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while I've noticed it, but let me see. I could always do that just a hair. Okay, KB3, WBX. Is that any better?
Nope, still got you. How do you key the radio? Foot switch, Mox button, space bar. How do you key it?
I am surprised at this point they haven't put out a video of them working in their lab on that, what is it they call it? The Alpha Project? Come on, guys. They couldn't just put a quick YouTube video together? Nothing.
What's up,
I mean,
Cheese Hammer?
What do they think they got there? Top secret classified information that nobody's ever going to be allowed to see? I mean, come on. It's a frickin' amateur radio. They could easily have put a little video together to show, hey, here we go. Here's what we're working on.
So my buddy, like I said today, he said they told him it's in the alpha stage. And if I'm correct, alpha with development is infancy, right? Because beta comes after alpha, and they've only got it working internally in the radio. Well, the original August 2025 date doesn't seem feasible at this point.
Well, I guess we got to give them the benefit of the doubt. And let's just see if they can pull it off. So August of this year, it's supposed to be released. Is that what the official original plan was?
Well, no, nothing's official because that's what they originally said at Dayton, and then they backpedaled and scrubbed the internet, and the release date disappeared. And then we called them out on it, and they're like, "We never said August 2025." And we're like, "But you did." And they said it'll be here soon. And then there was a video from around Thanksgiving where one of their tech guys said, "We think it's going to release late December, early January." Well, here we are in February, and it's still not here. And if what my buddy said is true, they're only in alpha for it working internally. And I like how they call it smart signal.
Yeah, they don't want anybody to look into who else has pure signal. Well, it sounds like it ain't happening. That's what it sounds like. If all that information is all accurate, which it sounds like it, other than what we don't know officially is the whole thing with the alpha testing. If that's true, I guess that's a sign that there's some kind of life on Earth as far as the pure signal thing. But if that's not true, and the fact that the reason why they haven't provided any updates on pure signal or any video clips showing it in the lab being tested and all that is because they don't have anything, and it's not going to happen.
Right, they might not have anything, or they might not be able to do it without Dr. Warren Pratt's algorithm, and they might not be allowed to do it without that, and they're trying to figure out a complete different approach to doing it so that they don't step on his patent.
Oh my God. You might as well reinvent the wheel as far as I'm concerned. What Dr. Warren Pratt did is deep computer science. I mean, they would have to hire they'd have to hire someone like that to do it, and I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, that's algorithmic programming. That's the highest level stuff right there. DSP, type programming.
Hey, guys, I got an idea.
Go ahead.
Good signal. You see my images?
Yes.
Okay, I did this when I first got my Anon, and I still had my Flex, my 64, and I used it just as a receiver, with no coax, and then I had low power on my radio, and I was showing an example, and I was boasting about, wow, look how the Anon works. Now I could take these images and post it on the Enthusiast and say, guys, I figured out pure signal on I did a mod in my radio. Look at it.
Oh my God, they're gonna go nuts. So that's your hold on. That's your receive. You're receiving your Anon with that.
Right. I'm receiving my Anon. Wow, Doug, this goes back. This is like my first Anon, Anon 200 Delta back in 2014.
Oh my God, they're gonna, and it looks like you're transmitting. It really does.
Man,
Look at this. Oh, they'll freak out.
oh my God, Art! If somebody posts that and says, "Okay, I finally got Pure Signal working. Thanks a lot for the Flex Radio team. Great work."
Oh. All right, we got to come up with the verbiage. Come on, guys, get something going. Send it to me, and I'll copy and paste it. I'll do this.
I only wish it was April. Could do April Fools.
I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking. I'm thinking of something you could write. Let me type something up for you.
All right. And something about, like, I couldn't take this anymore. I had to figure this out on my own, and I got something. I figure, something like that, and I got it going.
And the key is you got to show both images so it looks like, you're doing a before and after test. Like, look, this is what it looks like when you turn it off, and this is what it looks like when you turn it on. And then they'll be like, oh my God, look, it's smart SDR. Look at that signal. It looks amazing. And then you know what'll happen? Just like I said in that post earlier today, suddenly Flex people will be all over Pure Signal like it was the second coming of Christ.
Oh, yeah, you know what else? I'll get that image off of Dave's site. You know, that engineer Dave who does the extronics? He figured out the jumper in the 60, what was that, a 6700 he did it on. I could take an image of that and show the work on that circuit board.
Oh my God, it'll be hilarious. I gotta like take a look at this when you guys do it. It'll be funny.
All right, we got this going. We're gonna get this figured out. This might get me banned finally. I'm trying.
The thing that'll be hard for them is you're using Smart SDR and you're showing actual screenshots, and so it'll be hard for them to say, like, that's not us or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, be like, no, I'm using it right now. What are you talking about? You guys are awesome. Thanks, Flex Radio.
All right, I was trying to come in on an angle that I figured it out myself. I just, have my radio open, and I traced out the circuit and figured out this was the point for it and made a jumper, and you know what I'm saying, going in on an angle like that, and I just couldn't wait for you all, so I just had to do it.
I think Doug's got something there. Take a look.
Yeah, I have one typo. It should say a tiny bit of hardware modification.
Oh, that's really good. I like it.
I threw in the government contracts being shut down, implying that Trump's killing their contracts.
I like that one there. You know what would be hilarious, though, Art, is if they contact you and say, can you tell us how to do that?
How did you do it?
That would be it right there.
KG4WQQ.
And 4QNT.
KB2 UKA at the 20.
Doug, I don't know. Well, who was on this morning? John, I'm not sure if you were. Oh, yeah, Richard. You remember that gentleman that came in from West Virginia? He had a really clean signal with that homemade solid-state amp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice of him. He made it a point to compliment us. He said, man, all you guys are clean. You guys have beautiful, clean signals. That was his first comment.
Sure it was. And then he wanted to know what kind of radios and what kind of amplifiers we was running.
Do you remember what kind of radio he was running? Because this is making me think of something that I'll mention. But what was he running?
should still have the call here. Let's see. It was whiskey. Oh, here it is. Whiskey Bravo 8, Whiskey Juliet Uniform. WB8 WJU. Take a little peek at the water cooling and all that. Pretty nice job.
So, and his signal was clean?
Oh, he was clean. He was on a 7300 too.
What do you say his call was again, Art?
Whiskey Bravo 8, Whiskey Juliet Uniform.
Oh, yeah. I remember talking to this guy before.
It's got them hoses coming through that radiator. That almost looks like a PC radiator with a fan, like for doing, PC water cooling.
That's probably what it is. There is a guy. Oh my God, I gotta look him up on YouTube. He's a buddy of mine. He's in Greece, but I always forget his call. Hold on, let me find it and I'll give it to you. You're gonna like this. Hold on.
Yeah.
I need to look up that guy. I'm trying to find that guy's call who makes the Extronics boxes. He's in upstate New York. I know his name is Dave, but I always forget his call.
AC2 DC.
Maybe. He's got all kinds of homemade array antennas, like big, huge loop antennas on a tower. He's got, what a web page. He's got all kinds of stuff going on.
Okay, look this guy's call up on QRZ. Sugar Victor 3 Echo Alpha Oscar. And then scroll. He's got a big page. Go down to his amp, and I'll explain.
Oh, I've seen him before. I know this page, but yeah, it's been a long time. Man, he's got beautiful images. I love the depth of field work.
Yeah, he does some photography too, on the side. So he's a big. He uses Flex. He also uses the Apollo interface. That's what, he's got great audio. He goes to talk, and I think it's listed on this page, that he actually didn't like the Anon. And I forgot why. I haven't read this page in a while. I think he almost says the audio wasn't, he didn't like the audio quality coming out of the Anon. But he loves the audio quality of the Flex. Whatever. I guess that's his opinion. He made a Class A amplifier, and if you watch him on YouTube when he's being received, he's immaculate, and it's all he says from this amp.
Oh my goodness, I'm looking at it now.
Look at his work, how beautiful it is. He said the secret to his audio, and maybe John could add a little color to this. His preamp, and he talks about it here also, I got to find it. His preamp is what he calls, and I looked for one, but you have to build it, I think. It's a passive preamp. It runs on a battery. And he said it is the quietest sound you'll ever get out of a preamp.
Okay. Is that the unit way towards the bottom of the page? It has like 4 or 5 or a bunch of capacitors, large capacitors with the tubes, it looks like the tubes on the other side.
I'm getting to it. Hold on. I'm getting to it. He also has like a bunch of audio gear like for hi-fi that he modified too. Where is it? Oh God, I think it's right under. Nope, that's the replica of a compressor. Hold on, he's got titles. High-end mic line 2. Nope, that's not it. I'll find it. Hold on. It is, I think it's above the amp. All right, I got to find it. Hold on.
SVE what?
Echo Alpha Ocean, EAO.
Vasilis?
Yes, that's him.
Yeah, I think I have the right page.
Yeah, that's it, John.
I see an Apollo interface on his desk. One of those Apollo duos or twins there, the little desktop box.
Yeah, I think what Doug is talking about, you got to scroll pretty far down. It's almost where all those boxes are opened up with a bunch of capacitors and tubes and all kinds of. It looks like an audio preamp that he built.
Okay, I'm scrolling.
What a page! I've never. This is a very technical person right here.
No, that's not it. That is hi-fi. That's a hi-fi for listening to music preamp. I can't find it. Maybe it wasn't on his page. He lists it though. If you go to the top of his page where it says "Welcome to the Shack," and then scroll down past the photos, it says antenna system, and then it says DX, and then it says ESSB. And the third bullet point down, passive mic pre with Jensen JT13K7A 5-to-1 transformer connected directly to the UAD balanced line in as phantom power, and I'm using 18650 batteries. So he powers the preamp with, those are basically vape batteries that you use in like a nicotine vaporizer. But he had the plans for it, but it's not here. I got to find where he had the plans for it. It's a tiny little box that he made, and that's how he powers his microphone.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
That's really impressive.
All right, fellas, I'm back for a minute. I'm going to go watch a movie with the wife. Maybe I'll be back after bed if you guys are going to be in there.
All right, Jeff, have a good night. For now, we'll catch you later. N4 QNT.
All right, catch everybody later. That might be a little better. I forgot to turn my amp back on, but okay. KB3 WBX. If you guys are in there later, I'll be back in.
All right, not sure if you made any adjustments, but that was way better on the unkey. I caught every word, every letter.
Yeah, me too. Sounds better. 73, Jeff.
73, Jeff. Catch you later or tomorrow.
A little adjustment. All right, KB3 WBX.
So he says, I could definitely buy an Anon radio with pre-distortion, but firstly, I work on a Mac OS, so I don't have Windows OS to work on software. And secondly, the most important, the pre-distortion can seemingly improve transmit IMD, but the transmit audio quality is not as good as I want. Bad linear sounds bad even with pre-distortion. So using some ideas from Andrea DL60AT, I did the decision to build my own pure linear amplifier. So he's saying that this amp is cleaner than it, like, is as clean as adaptive pre-distortion.
Well, I can believe that. I mean, there's ways to filter or do something to clean up IMD, in the third order, even for amps. Like, even Kenny boasts about the Mercuries. He did a Mercury side-by-side comparison with the oscilloscope when he did the two-tone, and he did it against the 1.3 expert amp. And the expert amp was like 22, 23 down. And then at least the Mercury was coming in at 34 down.
Check this guy's stuff out. He's great.
That, I mean, it just goes to show you can do it.
Oh, I got to move it. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah, I think I see what he's doing with his little mic pre thing. So he's using that Jensen transformer as a step-up transformer to add, 5 times more gain essentially than what's coming off the mic. But he must be using. You need power to drive that. So what he does is he uses the batteries as the 48 volt, and the reason for that is it's pure DC with no transformers, no oscillation. There's no power supply. It's basically 48 volts of absolutely silent electricity.
Yep.
Right? Whereas, okay, granted, if he got 48 volts off of his UAD box, it would still be pretty damn quiet. But having it on battery power, you're isolating the microphone circuit completely from any power supply or even noise generation. And being it's a Jensen transformer, that's in a can, that transformer, so that's also mechanically shielded inside of a metal can. So yeah, he's just going for that extra mile of lower noise floor, but he's using that 5-to-1 to get some gain without having to use like an electronic microphone preamplifier that would then need a power supply and all that other stuff. So yeah, you could call this, I guess in a sense you could call it passive in the sense that you don't have to plug it in and power it with a power supply. And also that transformer is, Jensen and Sinmag and a few others, those are, very high quality. So the frequency response of that transformer is also going to be excellent. KC2QMA.
KB2UKA. But my thinking is, because I've never ran a battery-powered preamp, but I've ran preamps, regular preamps, into audio interfaces, into my M Audio, into my Apollo. I haven't done it yet with the Soundcraft. So he's going all this. He's building this box to power the mic with a battery, and then he's going line into the Apollo. He still has to turn the gain up in the Apollo, though, right? So doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose? He can't leave the gain at 0. Because I've done this before. You still have to adjust the gain on the actual interface.
Yeah, I mean, you're still going to have gain control, right? He's using the Apollo as his analog to digital converter, essentially, the way he's doing it. But think of it this way. If he took his microphone and plugged it straight into the Apollo, he would be powering, the 48 volts would be coming from the Apollo, and the microphone preamplifier in the Apollo would also be in use at that point, right? So is that bad? No, but he's splitting hairs. He's going like the extra mile to really get the signal to noise low. So what he's doing is he's essentially not using the microphone preamp in the Apollo, and he's not using the 48 volts either. He's just using the line input, which is, a much lower gain input, right? So what he has to do now, because of that, is he has to make his own version of a preamp, which is what he kind of did, but he's doing it passively. So he's using that 5-to-1 transformer that's taking his, let's say, his microphone, which is 1, and that transformer with the windings is stepping it up 5 times. So now it's 5 times louder than what he's putting in, right, from the microphone. But he's got to get power to drive that. So instead of using the 48 volts from the, from the Apollo, he's just going to use the batteries to drive the 48 volts, which is, like I said it before, because it's battery, it's completely off the grid. You know what I mean? It's direct DC from the batteries. So yeah, you're going to have, when if you were to take that and measure it, yeah, it's going to be our measure. You'll be able to measure the difference for sure. No, I wouldn't doubt that. Will you ever hear that on ham radio? I highly doubt that.
Right. There's enough atmospheric noise in our signals that I think that overtakes the quietness of the microphone. I think Mike's in there. KG2MM, do you copy?
sure do. Got a good copy on you. KG2MM. Good evening, fellas.
Good evening. 10 over up here.
Yeah, good evening. Good to hear you, Mike.
Okay, well, yeah, Doug, I will ask about that, and I'll try and get it on video, too.
Oh, that would be great. He's going to Hamcation tomorrow.
Dum, dum, dum.
We have a reporter out on the field, live at Hamcation. Mike, KG2MM, will question Flex Radio tomorrow evening.
Excuse me, Mike Walker, when will Adapt-to-Pre Distortion be released, and how do you feel about USAID being dismantled?
And by the way, what size clown shoe do you wear?
What are those strings dangling from your shorts? Oh, those are your legs. Forward.
Oh my God. He's like, oh, look, we have our new power supply and you can lay it flat or vertically, he said in that video.
Yeah, another product they don't make.
You guys are so hilarious. I've been sitting here reading the mail. N4 VFR.
What's up, Darren?
This poor guy just coughed up $3,600 for a radio, and we're over here bashing it.
You still have time. Keep it shiny, keep it nice, put it right back in the box and sell it. Get yourself a 6400 or a 6300 and you can still do the same remote that you're doing now.
Yeah, I know about that.
Now's your chance before the value drops off like a rock.
Yeah, after this Hamfest and after Hamvention in Ohio.
All right, I'm going to Hamvention. When is it this year?
May.
It's in May.
Oh boy, we're not right in the spring. I hear Ohio's nice that time of year.
It usually rains.
I'll get the dates where you go.
Got some
All right,
Saturn
guys,
relays
I
or
found
something, ain't he?
I found the guy. This is the guy we're going to use the image. You ready? Type in Alpha Charlie 2 India Quebec AC2 IQ. And he does have an IQ, by the a high IQ.
Oh, this is the guy that modified the 5000, right?
And the 6500. This is great. Now he's the guy that makes the Xtronics. He's the creator of the Xtronics coupler that was, hard to get. Now they're finally out again. But when you go to his page, you got to scroll down pretty good, but you'll get to it after all these graphs and all these. You'll see the solder work.
Yeah, I know who this is. Yeah, he's a big time AMer. He used to hang on the group with Bob Heil and everybody. I remember him.
Yeah. Now you'll keep going, Doug. You'll see the little SMA connectors, pre-distortion mod X. Right here, Flex 6500, and look at them coming in down to that blue circuit board, which looks just like that's the internals of a Flex circuit board.
I'm getting there. I saw the 5000. Hold on. Wait. All right, so my question is, when he got this working on a 6000, was it basically on all the time? It didn't need the software to talk to it? He just was able to pull the sample?
Yeah, see, there is an input and an output, and I'm not sure about that, so I don't know. But when you keep scrolling, it'll show the in and out on the back of the Flex radio. That's the 6500 with the balance input. If you got that far down, do you see the back chassis?
AG2MM.
AG4WQQ.
N4QNT.
N4 VFR.
Yeah, you could see he's tapping in there. He's tapping into like the. I'm trying to see where that is. That's like the driver, right by the driver of the PA. That See those two smaller transistors there? Those are the pre-drivers that drive the finals. So he's taking a tap right there, somewhere right at the pre-driver stage.
I only see the 5,000. Where is it below that?
Yeah, keep scrolling down.
Yeah, scroll down and you'll see circuit boards, printed circuit boards, the green boards that says Xtronics, and keep going down after those graphics, and now you'll start to see the soldering work on a blue circuit board. It's right there by R65 and R82.
I don't see it.
With the jumper, with the coaxial cables going down to the blue circuit board.
Yeah, Doug, you'll see it. It's two small coax connectors going to a blue circuit board.
So long. These guys have long pages, right? The last guy we were on has a long page.
Yeah, they never remove their old stuff. They just keep adding to it.
I see it. Okay. Yep. Yeah, so I heard about him doing this, and why didn't this blow up as a mod to do?
Well, he did it on a 6500. So, it might, I don't think it's the same for this new, the 6000s, the other ones. I mean, the 66, the 67, I'm sorry, the 64, the 66. So I don't think that's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally different boards.
Right. Okay. Yep. And look at, he gives the instruction on the 5000. It's a pretty simple mod on the 5000.
Well, he made that board. Well, that copper board that's in there, he made that so he could wire everything in.
Yeah, he made that board for hold on. The only mod done to the Flex 5000 is to break the trace between K10 and RF2. For normal operation, a small jumper. Okay. Transmit outlet connection, sample port, AC2 coupler. I don't think he made a board for the 5000. I think for the 6.
That's in the 5000, the board he made.
Yeah, Doug, it's a little confusing. The blue circuit boards that you're looking at, that's the 6000 series radio. The green one below, if you go further down, the green circuit board, that's the 5000. And if you look at that picture, you'll see like this big copper looking board.
I see it.
With stuff kind of tacked onto it.
Yeah.
That's the board he made.
Well, there you go. That's why nobody did it. Because no one was making the board. And he probably didn't produce them.
And like I said, the two last letters of his call sign. He's a scientist.
Yeah. I've also seen, and I'm not going to look for it now because I'm going to get out of here in a minute. There's a couple of guys in Greece that have modded a 5000 for pure signal, and I don't think they use the board. But I'm sure this guy's a lot smarter.
Well, we kind of lost touch of what he first did, though. Go way back up to the top of his page, right after that tall, console. But look at his Anon chassis that he made from an Anon 7000, and he put that in his, a hand-built chassis. But kind of nice how he mounted the main, the one board on the top, the small board, of course. And then there's the PA board on the bottom. That came out pretty sharp. The nice routing of the wiring.
Yeah, he wrote plenty of cooling for homebrew LD Moss PA. So he made I think he made a Linear and a Apache Labs combo.
Yeah, even his antenna system and tuner, he made his own custom outdoor tuner and everything too. He's got a big loop out there, and wow.
Well, it's nice to really know what you're doing. All right, guys, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to head upstairs. I will catch you guys in the morning. This was fun. Art, Richard, Mike, John, Darren, if you're still listening. 73, everyone. KB2 UKA.
7-3.
All right, Doug.
Doug. And 4 BFAR.
73, Doug. Have a good one. KG4 WQQ.
All right, KB2 UKA clear.
From KG2.